Every human being is different, but every now and then there's one that takes things to a whole nother level. Some of these people have even left scientists confused with the weird things they're able to do. From juggling fire to having impenetrable skin, here are 25 human beings with unusual physical abilities. Everyone uses trains because they're much faster at getting us to our destination than if we used our feet. But this man completely defies all logic. He managed to run just as fast as the train and reach the next stop just in time. What's even crazier is that he actually paid when he reached the ticket gates instead of just jumping over them. Playing an instrument is hard enough as it is, but playing two at the same time while someone else plays half of them is super insane. That sounds confusing, right? Well, it is, but not for these women. These two are playing the banjo and the violin at the same time, but both of them are only playing half of each instrument. Their ability to work like this is probably one of the most confusing things ever. Juggling is something basically anyone can do, but whips are another story. And whips that are on fire are a whole other genre. Aaron Bonk broke the Guinness World Record for the most fire whip crack juggling catches, which is 82 in just a minute. Bonk says this was by far the most difficult attempt he's had so far. He was quite literally fire at it. When Biba Struha was just a teenager, he was shocked to find out he was even affected by live cables. Later, he discovered that he could create his own electricity and even cook food with his bare hands. Not only that, but Struha even managed to turn on a light bulb from the electricity he created. Even spinning a basketball on your finger is difficult for some people, but spinning one on your toothbrush while it's in your mouth is on a whole other level. Sandeep Singh Kela realized that spinning basketball on his finger was just way too easy for him. He wanted a challenge, so he came up with this instead and even broke the Guinness World Record for spinning a basketball on a toothbrush in his mouth for the longest time in the entire world. As an artist, you have to have the reference right next to you in order to make your drawing as realistic as possible. But things are a little different for Stephen Wilshire. All he has to do is look at his reference once, and he's able to draw it perfectly every time. These days, everyone uses a calculator to make sure all their calculations are accurate, but Scott Flansburgh doesn't even need one. He holds the Guinness World Record for the fastest human calculator for over 20 years. He can calculate things just as fast as a calculator, almost instantly. Michel Lotito has a condition that makes him crave weird foods like rubber or metals. So when he was just a teenager, Lotito started eating all these unusual foods. He can even eat glass without suffering any sort of injury. On top of that, he managed to digest all this food without a problem. A teenager from Pakistan went viral because of this extremely unusual ability. This kid was able to pop his eyeball from the socket for over 10 minutes. According to the boy, this doesn't damage his eye at all, and he even plans to register in the Guinness Book in the future. Ever since Daniel Browning Smith, he's been able to bend his body in basically any way possible. He actually has a condition called hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which makes his joints a lot looser than normal. He started posting his ability on social media, which later gave him the nickname the Rubber Boy. Lu Thao Lin is known as the Magnet Man because of his unusual ability to stick any sort of metal object to his body. He can make metal objects up to 40 kilograms stick to his skin. Not only that, but he even pulled a car with this crazy ability. Carving has been around for centuries at this point, but you usually carve wood or stone. This guy decided to try something different by carving an apple instead. He carved multiple puzzle pieces out and then did an apple puzzle with the pieces. A Malaysian man who goes by King Tooth has the strongest teeth in the world. He managed to pull a 328-ton train over more than 8 feet along the tracks with just his teeth. He broke the record for the most weight pulled with teeth. After pulling the train, he was completely out of breath and his neck veins were popping out. According to the Malaysian man, he's only able to do this because of his meditation exercise and the jaw training he does every day. Gary Turner has had stretchy skin since he was just a baby. Because of a rare condition, he's able to stretch his skin to a length of 6.25 inches. Due to his unique ability, he was able to perform in a short film called He Took His Skin Off For Me. Other than that, he was also a part of the Circus of Horrors back in 2005. All mimes look pretty cool when they're performing, but this guy takes it a step further with his insane body control. The suitcase looks like it's being held by something, but it's just him controlling it. Ben Underwood went blind when he was just 2 years old, but he didn't let that bring him down. When he turned 5, Underwood taught himself echolocation. He was able to detect the exact location of anything by clicking his tongue once. With this ability, he was able to do normal things again, which isn't a luxury many blind people have. This woman is able to imitate any kind of animal sound you can think of, exactly the way it's supposed to be. She can even imitate the sound of a parrot imitating a human. She didn't really think much about this unique ability until her friends told her to post it online. She went viral almost instantly. Instead of using drums, this guy uses flip-flops and PVC pipes. Jake Clark started playing the drums back when he was in high school and has no idea where his skill would lead him later in the future. Now he performs in public for hundreds of people with just a pair of flip-flops and pipes. A Shaolin monk, Zhao Rui, is the only man in the world with impenetrable skin. Apparently, he trained his body to become this way. Now his skin is so strong that not even a drill can break through. Not only that, but he can even bend an iron bar with his skin. Weightlifting is a pretty normal sport that many people enjoy doing. But how many people lift weights without using their beards? Antanas Kontramas from Lithuania has been lifting weights with his beard for years now, but he just recently broke the Guinness World Record for it too. He managed to lift an entire human weighing 63.8 kilograms with his beard. As he lifted the woman up, his entire face looked like it was going to fall down. Despite the pain he was probably going through, Antanas kept a tough face and celebrated right after. Ever since Tim Cridlin was just a kid, he was interested in unusual stunts like sword swallowing and snake charmers. His interest in this later became something he wanted to do, so he started doing sideshows himself like fire eating and forced himself to ignore the pain. Now he can do all sorts of crazy stunts, but he doesn't feel any pain at all. This 11-year-old girl has the ability to perform body scans on people she's never even met before. Even when she's completely blindfolded, she's able to tell exactly what the person in front of her is wearing. She can also see any object or color if it's placed near her. She can even see health issues and how the doctor could solve them. Javier Botet was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome when he was just 5. This condition gave him very long fingers, legs, and arms. On top of that, he can also extend them even further. Because of his unique ability, he's gotten the opportunity to play in movies like Slender Man and The Mummy. Charlie Puth is pretty good at listening to notes. No matter how weird or unusual a pitch is, he's able to identify it without a measuring tool within a second. He can also replicate it exactly how it is. He said it's like he can hear the note before it's even played.
3 notes. E, G, C.
Apparently, he's had this skill ever since he was 12. Kevin Richardson has always been interested in animals ever since he was just a kid. When he was just 16, he started his career as a self-taught behaviorist. After college, he started working as a handler for 2 lion cubs. He did everything with these lions. He ate with them, slept next to them, and lived with them. After living with lions for so long, he became the lion whisperer. He was able to communicate with these lions and even learn to talk to other lions. Alright, which one of these unusual abilities did you find the most fascinating? Make sure to let us know in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Trend Joint, and we'll see you in the next one.